Amaka couldn't bear all that was going on. She thought to herself, what is the best way out of this misery? How can I make my husband see me and love me more? I really don't know what's going on in his mind. I really want more out of this marriage. I don't want to be a trophy wife anymore. That evening, she bathed her son and put him to sleep on time. She asked all the helps to leave and return in the morning. She didn't know how her husband would react to her plea, so she didn't want anyone around. She made dinner, her husband's favorite soup, vegetable soup, with lots of goat meat. She wore a very beautiful yet revealing nightgown, applied nice perfume, arranged the dinner table, and sat on the chair directly facing the entrance door. The moment her husband entered the house, she went to him and hugged him so tightly that Emeka was scared. He quickly said, "My baby, is everything okay?" She replied, "Yes, my husband." He noticed the change in ambience and asked, "Why are you dressed like this? Where are the maids? You shouldn't dress like this when they are around." Amaka quickly responded, "I sent them out, so it's just both of us." "Amaka, is everything okay?" Emeka asked. "Everything is fine. Do you want me to help you freshen up so we can have dinner?" Amaka said. "No, I will join you in a minute," Emeka replied. While bathing, he kept asking himself, "Does she want anything? Why is she behaving like this? Does she want to go back to work? I won't let her go back to work." Emeka joined Amaka at the table. While they were having dinner, Amaka said, "I made your favorite. I hope you like it." He looked at her and said, "Did you make this or did the help make it? It tastes like the one I've always had since I got married to you. It just clicked." Emeka then said, "So you've been cooking? But I asked you not to." Amaka then said, "But you're my husband. I should be able to cook for you. Please don't fire the cook." I pleaded with her before she let me cook. After dinner, Emeka wanted to go to the room, but Amaka said, "I was hoping we could spend time together, just me and you. Can we talk as friends and husband and wife?" Emeka wanted to decline, but he looked at her and felt she had tears in her eyes, so he stayed back. When he sat on the couch, she drew closer to him and placed her head on his chest. Emeka was shocked. "Are you ovulating?" he asked. "No, I'm not," Amaka responded. Then Amaka started talking. "You know I didn't like you or know you before getting married to you, and ever since we got married, I always did what you said. Eat what you eat, wear what you want me to wear, even make love to you the way you want it. I was too scared to make you upset, and you don't consider my opinion. I really want all that to change. We are beginning to have kids. If they don't learn love from us, who will they learn it from? I have always wanted a romantic marriage. You always make it obvious that you're older than me. When it comes to marriage, age doesn't matter. What matters is who we are, what we feel for each other, and how we see and respect each other's opinions. I am beginning to fall in love with you, Emeka, but I really want to love you the way you want to be loved, and I want you to love me the way I want to be loved. You're not that much older than me, you know. I want today to be our first date. That's why I am looking good for you. I want to be your better half. Do you believe in us?" Amaka asked him. Emeka, with a mixture of confusion and a sense of wanting, replied, "I do." He was shocked that Amaka was talking to him in such a manner. He always wished Amaka could love him right from when they got married. He was happy that she was no longer seeing him as one old man who came to marry her against her will. Emeka then said, "But I have always loved you." Amaka replied, "Yes, you have, but not the way I want to be loved." Emeka then said, "Okay, you have to tell me how to love you more so that I will try. I might not be able to do all, but I'm ready to give it a try since you're also ready." Amaka then told Emeka everything she wanted in her husband. Emeka accepted to give it a try. Amaka asked him, "Is there a particular way you want me to love you? You know I have enough to give." They both smiled at each other. Although they had been married, they lived like strangers in their home. This was a new resolution, with both of them ready to work on themselves to give a better output. They hugged each other and they went to bed. Emeka had the opportunity to cuddle his wife Amaka for the first time in two years. He held her so nicely and she sank into his arms with an open heart to love and forget all about Chidi. The next morning she prepared breakfast herself, as she loved to cook for her husband, and took it up to his room. This was breaking one rule, as Emeka never eats anywhere except at the dining table. When she entered the room, she gave him a kiss and said, "I brought your breakfast to you." He looked at her and smiled. Although he didn't like the idea of eating in his room, he was ready to be loved and to love, which included cutting down on some rules. When he was done eating, Amaka hugged him and asked, "Are you coming back early today?" He said, "Yes." She handed his phone over to him and he left. At work, Emeka was a different person. He had a mixture of excitement and trembling. He was about to break his walls. He only hoped things wouldn't change at any point. Amaka took their baby to the hospital for his vaccination, after which she went to see her friend Chinaza. When she got to Chinaza's place, they hugged tightly. She asked how Amaka and the family were doing, to which Amaka said they were doing fine. They had a long conversation about Chinaza's work, her love life, and many other things. Amaka was so happy to see her that she lost track of time. She quickly told Chinaza she had to leave, as she instructed the maids not to make orders, not to make dinner. She promised to call her, then they parted ways. When Amaka got home, she found that her husband was back. She had a mixture of fear in her, as he liked to eat his food the moment he returned. She didn't know how to face him. Talking about compromise doesn't mean I should spoil it the next day, she thought to herself. Even if I told him I was going to see Chinaza, I should have left earlier. But she summoned the courage to enter the house. When she entered, Emeka was sitting on his favorite couch. She went to him, hugged him, gave him a peck and asked, "How was work today?" Emeka said, "Fine." She handed the baby over to one of the maids and then said to Emeka, "I'm sorry for coming in late. I will quickly fix something for you." Emeka said, "Okay," and she left. While making the food, Emeka entered the kitchen to see what she was making, and they got talking. He told her how some investors made him angry. She encouraged him not to worry. He asked how her day was, and she told him she only went to Chinaza's place. Emeka stood with her in the kitchen until she was done making the meal. She was so excited. Her prayers and wishes were gradually coming to pass. The maids in the house noticed that they were mostly together, unlike before when she stayed in her room, except when Emeka needed her attention. Their love was gradually blossoming and waxing strong as each day passed by. Emeka made time to have dinner dates, movie nights, and play games. Amaka became happy. She didn't feel less of herself anymore. Yes, she loved her husband, and he loved her. That was all that mattered to her. One fateful day, while she went shopping for her baby, she was surprised to bump into Obinna. They both exchanged pleasantries. She then asked him what he was doing in a baby shop. Obinna told her he came shopping with his wife. They were expecting. She was so excited for him. She felt a sense of relief knowing that he was doing well. She then said, "One of these days we three will meet, right? Obinna, Amaka, and Chinaza," to which Obinna said, "Yes." This story is to encourage everyone not to give up quickly, no matter the situation. Some issues can be solved by acceptance and proper communication. Amaka had to accept Emeka for who he was and remove her mind from Obinna, giving her the opportunity to properly communicate with her husband Emeka, which yielded good fruit. Just imagine if she had held on to Obinna's memory. She wouldn't know what she was missing, as Obinna had already moved on with life. Thank you for watching my stories. To my returning subscribers, thanks a lot. I really appreciate. If you're new on this channel, welcome to the family. On this channel, we tell beautiful African tales. So, always grab your popcorn when you get a notification from us. Also, please don't forget to like, leave a comment on how you feel about the characters in each stories. Share to loved ones, as it helps the channel to grow. Until then, we will meet again in our next story. Bye for now.